Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video is going to be a bit different. Today we are going to be trying to get good at building basically. And yeah, this is a bit of a different video, of course. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and on with the video. Now there are hundreds of blocks in the game, so this is not going to be a easy challenge, but I'll basically want to set myself a goal. I want to make a house and basically make it look decent, at least. Now, I'm not the best at building. I'm decent at building, but I'm not the best at building. Now, of course, I have a vision in my head. It's going to be a bit fuzzy because I'm extremely tired because I'm recording this at night. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build the framework, and I'll see you guys in a second. Right after some quick work, I think I've built a pretty decent foundation, and I think we're going to be going upward, and the goal is to basically make a tower. Now, I'm not awful at building, but you'll see my limitations in a couple seconds. And the goal, I think, is to basically make it go upward, like I said earlier. And after a couple seconds of work, we now actually have ourselves a bit of a pillar type of deal going on. Now, I'm not sure exactly how tall it's going to be. I think this is probably as tall it's going to be. But I'm going for a type of fairy tale type of deal with this build. So, it might be a little bit wonky, of course. But we're going to basically be seeing what we can basically accomplish with cherry planks and cherry log. I'm also using the 1.20 items, which is interesting. What am I even doing? And we have this weird box looking thing. It kind of looks like a drum, to be honest. Actually, it does. It looks extremely like a drum. But we're not building a drum here. We're building ourselves a tower. And after a couple walls later, I think I'm pretty happy with the way that this build is being built actually. I think it has a nice design, and now what I think we're going to do is we're actually going to go for a little bit of a rim, if that makes sense right here. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And yeah, that immediately makes the build look a million times better by the way I'm doing it. So what we're going to do is basically go around like this until we meet up right here at the very end around the corner. So let me very quickly finish this. And boom, right there we actually are finally done with this top piece, kind of. We're actually going to go up by, I believe, maybe 6 blocks, right? Yeah, that looks right. So we'll go up by 6 blocks in this direction and basically kind of create a circular pyramid roof type of deal, which you'll see in a minute. And yeah, those pillars immediately make the build look a trillion times better. Now what I want to know is if I should go up by 1 and continue a pyramid, or not a pyramid, another circular type of deal. So let me very quickly do this real quick. So if I were to create the circular area like this, how does that look? Okay, that looks quite nice. I think I'll finish the area like this. And now we finish this roof part, and now the real question is how are we going to finish this? Are we gonna go like this? Well, I want to see what this generally is going to look like, because I want to make sure it looks good, of course. Or I was making sure that I had it all the way filled in because I didn't have that side filled in. Alright, and I think that looks quite nice, actually. In my opinion, anyway. It could look really bad, but this is what I think we're going to go with. And boom, we now have a roof. We also have ourselves a deck right here, which I think looks quite nice. But I think we're going to actually fill this in and kind of create a modern, not modern, Skyrim type of deal, if that makes sense. But if the Skyrim buildings were pink. Alright, and this is what it looks like so far. Now what we're going to do is do a bit of this, and boom. We now actually have ourselves a circular type of deal, which I think if we were to do this, how would this look? I don't know how, but this actually makes it look pretty good, actually. And what if we were to take cherry fence? If we were to go around like this and place cherry fence on these type of blocks right here, how would that look? It doesn't look bad, but I think it's missing something. How does that look? Yeah, that immediately makes it look a million times better almost. And boom, we now have this area done. And now I think what we're going to do now is we could just add a simple ladder right here going down. And it just makes it look a little bit plain, but it's a safe route. I just don't want to do anything too crazy. So let's go down here now. And I'm going to actually grab lanterns. And I'm going to actually throw these in the corner like this. There we go. And it creates kind of like a atmospheric type of deal. We don't want the sheep. There we go. And so we now have this outline done. And now let's try to figure out the inside, because I'm not very good at building on the inside. I mean, I could get it done. It's nothing too crazy when it comes to building on the inside, of course. And yeah, I think this looks quite nice from the inside for the flooring, at least. So let's go on the outside, place this, and I think before we do the inside, I think we're going to actually finish the outside of the build. Alright, and how we're going to finish the outside of the build is I'm actually going to get some bone meal. And bone meal the outside of the building just a tad bit. And I still feel like it's missing something. I think it might actually be missing some cherry blossoms. So let's actually place a couple cherry blossoms around the building to kind of create a mythical type of deal. Make sure it's not connecting, of course, because it just doesn't really mix well if it's what you call it in the area, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that makes the outside almost done. I want to add one, I think, right here. Let's see here. There we go, and I think that is the outside of the build. I'm going to actually finish the inside of the build real quick, just to make it look a little bit cleaner. So, give me a couple seconds and I'll make this look a little bit cleaner. After a few minutes of building later, we now actually are completely done with this build. If we go on the inside, which actually, before we go on the inside, I just want to say I added a little path right here, and the trees actually make it look quite nice. I feel like there is a tree missing here, sadly, so I might go back and add that later, but of course, we can go in and we are greeted to the main area where we have a painting, an armor stand, a little desk right here with a flower, and which you call it a music box. We got ourselves a smoker, a blast furnace, a chest, an anvil, all the good stuff, of course, a painting. And then when you go up, we have another armor stand, a bed, a coat rack, and a bell right here. And also, make sure to press the subscribe button and the notification button on. And make sure that the bell, of course, is on. But yeah, that is pretty much the build. Right here we have the loom. And I believe that I didn't put anything up here, sadly. I didn't actually know what to put up here, so I decided to leave it blank, because I have no clue what to put up here, but it does create a nice little fighting station. So if you're on a server, and there's people coming from that direction, or even that direction, you have a nice little scope out to basically know where they're going to basically be. But of course, that is the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe with the notification bell on to make sure that you are up to date. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.